We've got a few people jumping on here at the last minute, but that's okay. We are glad to have everybody with us. In just a few more seconds, let me get a little more quantum water so I can be really charged up. All right, well, it's time to get started. So, Kara, if you would mute everybody but me and start our recording, that would be fantastic. Kara, are we recording? I don't see it yet.
Yes, you are.
Okay. Fantastic. Well, good morning, AEGEA group. I am Suzi Jackson, calling in from Greensboro, North Carolina. I'm a Platinum Elite with the company, been with the company since July of last year. And it has been absolutely amazing. I absolutely love this company. I love these products. And I'm going to tell you that I love Jeff Cohen. He has, not only is he a great visionary, but he has an amazing heart. And his heart is in this business 200%. And it's a wonderful time to be involved in AEGEA. We just had a huge milestone of hitting a year in our existence. And that is huge for us. We also accompanied that with our biggest sales day in our history. And we are just getting things started. I mean, there's so much enthusiasm and excitement going on. Jeff is in Poland right now working with a huge team. Prior to that, he was in the Philippines. He was in Southeast Asia because we're growing and expanding there. We just opened Argentina. We will be opening Southeast Asia within the next 60 days. Lots of things are happening, and we really want everybody to be able to benefit from the growth and the development of AEGEA. And so that's what this call is about today. It's about helping you in your business where you are and grow. So what we're going to do today is we're going to focus on some promos that we have going on. Let me get this out of the way. And there are April specials. And here's what they are. We've got the Energentics Pet, which is our newest product, which harmonizes and optimizes the health of our pets, cats, dogs, birds, what have you. And our special this month is buy two, get one free, which is a $90 wholesale savings. And then we are combining our second special with the pet tag and the freshness card, because those two are complementary products. We're going to show you how that works for our pets, okay? And so that special is, it's $125, which has a commissionable volume of 90, and that's a $30 savings. And then our freshness card is buy two, get one free, and that is a $60 savings. So let's talk about what these products are about and what they can do for us and for our business. And my slide is not advancing. Let's see if oh, there we go. So we're going to start with the freshness card. Now the freshness card is an award-winning technology. This is something that is exclusive to AEGEA. And the use of this card is absolutely amazing, and it lasts for 6 months. So I'm going to bring on my friend, Dr. Pat Benfield, who also lives in North Carolina. Dr. Pat is a pastor, but she's been involved in the energy work, working with different energy modalities for over 40 years. And she has what I call very big brain cells. So she understands this technology very, very well, and she's going to help us understand this today. So Dr. Pat, are you there? Dr. Pat? Can you unmute yourself? Dr. Pat, you need to unmute yourself. I know you're there. I know you're there.
Couldn't find it on this big screen. So anyway,
and excuse me, Dr. Pat, before you get started, I just wanted to tell you, obviously you're here, we're welcoming you. Before we get started, you know, you have 40 years of experience in different energy modalities. Tell us what attracted you to AEGEA, why you're here, and really what do you see for the future here?
Well, I saw immediately when I was introduced to AEGEA's products, I mean, I was just kind of wowed away because I saw with the work that I do, I work with people on many different levels using frequencies. From brain mapping, neurofeedback training, to being a proxy and kinesiology and identifying things from the subconscious mind, essential oils, the whole gamut. But when I saw this, oh my goodness, it was such an easy, practical way for everyday people to use frequencies to enhance their health and to benefit their lifestyle. And so I was just immediately attracted to it. The minute that I was introduced to it, I saw its potential. And I see for the future that we'll be using natural frequencies. Doctors, medical doctors, and psychologists actually too, are using quantum energy. Beginning to implement that in their practice. And I think, you know, the future is that, you know, if we can get away from the pharmaceutical company, the future is using frequencies through the qubits and other means to really help ourselves become healthy and to get well.
Fantastic. And I'm just right there with you. I think it's an exciting time to be involved here. I'm going to have you in just a second talk about our freshness card study. But before that, would you just give us just a brief overview of how you would define our freshness card?
An overview of how I would define it in terms of how it works, or in
how
terms
it works and really and what it is.
Okay, well, first of all, the freshness card on a very practical level, it is a patent pending technology that is a holographic card, and it's programmed with a wide range or spectrum of electromagnetic waves and frequencies that are designed to delay the growth of mold and fungus and bacteria. So therefore it will prevent spoilage, as well as help keep food fresh longer. And why is that important? Because if it's keeping food fresh longer, then what it's doing, it's maintaining its nutritional value for us to get more benefit from what we actually do eat. So I see that the freshness card is something really that has a huge impact, not only on us personally, because on a personal level, not only is it improving nutritional, maintaining and improving the value of the food that we have, but it's helping us save money. And it's also helping us save on energy, and I'll talk about that in just a second. But it's also helping us globally, because we're using up a lot of energy to produce food. In the United States alone, we're using over 10% of our energy resources to grow to grow food, to get food from the farm to the store or to the person, to the people. So that's 10% of our energy budget goes to that, and then another 50% of 50% of our land is being used to produce to grow the food, and over 80% of our fresh water is consumed in the United States for growing our produce. And so, but the sad tragedy is that over 45% of that food that has utilized all of those energy and resources goes to waste. And I mean, that's just in the United States alone. That's pretty huge. And so on a, okay, so we'll look at this. This is the, this one's the laboratory that did the study on the card. And what they did is they did time lapse using the card, having some produce, identical produce from the same sources, some placed on the card, some not near the card, because the card has an area of approximately 4 to 6 feet in which it is effective. For such a small product, square, it can reach a large area. So it will impact everything within a 4 to 6 foot range around that card.
Wow. And this is quite significant that we have the backup to, you know, the things that you're saying.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And so, and this was what I just mentioned before, that along with your roots and your tubers, your fruits and vegetables, those are the food sources that has the highest wastage rates of any food products produced or brought into the United States, actually produced in the United States. This was based on that. And almost half of all the fruit and vegetables produced are wasted.
Wow.
And, yeah, and just look, I mean, 3.7 trillion apples. I mean, I can't even comprehend that. That much is wasted, just in apples alone.
Wow, that's significant.
So, of course, you can see for yourself, here is both loaves of bread, 5 weeks old, identical. They were placed at the same time, and you can see to the left there the mold growth over a 5-week period. And look at the freshness card to the right. What a difference that makes.
Yeah. And
then here we have the grapes. To the left again without the freshness card, and then to the right you can see that you still have a lot of life in them, and even though and they will be fresher, they will have a higher nutritional value than, of course, the ones that you eat that are still good on the left.
Okay.
And then this is your lettuce. After 4 weeks. And so, I mean, that's pretty amazing, because usually lettuce goes bad within a couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, starts going bad after a couple of days, but here you've got for 4 weeks, you know, what the differences are here. And then the tomatoes, you can see, and of course, tomatoes is a product that does better when it's not refrigerated and get out on the cabinet anyway. And so here you have tomatoes on both sides that are 5 weeks old.
Now, Dr. Pat, while we're here, would you go ahead and share with everybody, you know, you and I you have taught me the value of whenever you bring produce into your home, the first thing you want to do with that produce is to put it on this card or in the vicinity of the card. Tell everybody why and what exactly is happening to the produce when you do that.
Well, actually, you're not wanting to put just your produce on the card. When you bring your grocery bags in, you want to sit your grocery bags, canned goods, everything, you want to set them on the freshness card, and I would leave them there for at least 10 or 15 minutes, if not longer. So you can set them on the card while you're, putting your groceries away. So the purpose of that is that the frequency from the freshness card is already working. Those electromagnetic energy waves and frequencies is already making structural changes within the liquid content of the produce or any of the food that's placed near those cards.
So you're saying that the energy, the frequency can pass through glass and cans and paper and plastic bags?
Absolutely. Yes.
Wow. That is absolutely amazing. So anyway, I'm in the habit of that now too, because, and you were probably just getting ready to say this about the herbicides and pesticides. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So what happens is, because of the way these frequencies work, it's restructuring the water content, the moisture content of all the food products that we have into a purer form of more of an H3O2 type of water. And what it does is it turns the impurities that's in our products, it turns them into innate molecules. And what that means is those are inactive. Yes, they're still there, they're present, but they are no longer in an active state where they will do harm to you.
That's huge. That's huge, because so many of us buy organic foods just to avoid that, but we know that we can't avoid them 100% because of the air and the water that they come in contact with. So every home needs this, don't they, Dr. Pat?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and we'll talk some more about that. Let me see if these videos will work. These are some things that Dr. Pat had shared with me to have a little time lapse of what's going on here. Dr. Pat, if you want to add any comment to this.
Okay. I'm not sure it's coming. Is it coming up?
Oh, can you not see it?
No. All I see is the link.
Oh, okay. All right. So that's not working for you guys. I'm seeing it. So let me, I hope I can get back to our, I hope I can get back to,
maybe we can send them, maybe we can put them as an attachment or something, or put a link on with, anyway, it'll be in.
Okay, hopefully I can get back. Oh, here it is. Okay, so we'll post these. I wasn't sure how this worked. I thought I can see it, but obviously you guys can't. So anyway, these are, Dr. Pat, tell us what these are, and then we'll post them on the corporate Facebook page so everybody can have access to them.
Well, essentially, I think there were tomatoes, grapes, and and maybe bread. But what it was doing was showing these are actually done in the lab where they do time-lapse recordings of the progression of the foods that you saw pictures of earlier. And so it just shows the time-lapse of them changing within an 11-second period what occurs over a period of 4 or 5 weeks. But it's pretty amazing. I mean, I've found for myself personally, I wasted a lot of money buying, because I eat predominantly green and predominantly raw produce, fruits and vegetables, and I'm constantly throwing away food because it would go bad before I could get it eaten.
All right, let's go over, I'm going to list some of these applications. So obviously if we've got this 4x6 or 4x5 radius, the kitchen is probably one of the #1 places. Now that we know that it can transfer through cans and bags and all kinds of stuff, it's going to be essential to energize our food. In the pantry, I keep mine in the refrigerator. And of course, if you've got produce that's on your countertop, this is going to be very important. This is something great to teach your children, your grandchildren. The pet area, I'm going to show you some pictures. And then, you know, your food prep. I learned from Dr. Pat, when she goes to make a recipe, she'll put all her spices and everything on the freshness card before she puts them into her recipe. And then water prep. Dr. Pat also shared with me that you could, you know, if you want to make some energized, and it's not going to necessarily be quantum water, but maybe you could tell us the difference between that. But you could put your cup of coffee on the freshness card. You could put a glass of water. You could put your little spray bottles on the freshness card to energize those. Your coffee. You can do this with baby food, and of course, because we are delaying the decay in bacteria and fungus, this is going to be amazing for florists. Every restaurant should have these. Any cafeteria where there's food prep going on, grocery stores, farming, and also there is application with vets. So that's going to help us transition to our next special, which is buy two, get one free of our newest pet product that is improving our pets' well-being and happiness using scalar waves and this resonance protection to get their little bodies working at their optimal rate. You guys have probably seen this slide, that this is really the first of its kind to re-energize the cells of our pets and to help restore their bodies to its optimal function. Dr. Pat, did you want to make any comments about the pet tag? I know this is something that you're very interested in for all your pets, and maybe you could talk to us a little bit about how you see the pet tag working with our pets and the benefits that it's going to bring to them, and a little bit about that.
Absolutely. Well, there's a couple of forms of energy that's embedded into this hologram. And of course, all of them work together synergistically. So what they're designed to do is, of course, it has a significant impact on inflammation. And so, you know, with our lifestyles today, a lot of our pets are sick as well as much as our people are, and has aches and pains. It helps with that by creating a better balance within their system. It provides them with the negative ions that works again or neutralizes the free radicals that causes inflammation in their little system. Our little pets, of course, they don't wear shoes like we do, so they're out walking around on the ground, and so they have direct contact with all the toxins that more so than we do. So their little bodies absorbs a lot of the toxins and things. And so what this quantum energy does for them as well is that it helps to actually neutralize some of the effects of the toxins that they have, that they come in contact with. Well, and it's excellent for building their immune system. It's excellent for helping for those dogs that has a lot of anxiety. What this does is it really works where it's needed. And for some people or animals, in our case here, for some animals, you know, their issues may be something that causes, that's a source of anxiety for them. And so what this is so important for is creating a better balance that promotes better health, that will eliminate the stress, the aches and pain, and it also promotes, if they've had an injury or they're sick, it will shorten the amount of time it takes for them to overcome those issues.
That's fantastic. And it's exciting for us to be the first to bring this to the marketplace. And of course, it also has the EMF protection that there's no such thing for, for EMF protection for our pets until AEGEA came along. So I wanted to share this with you. I have a little Shih Tzu who has long hair. And so he drinks from this water bottle. And of course, you see where I've got the freshness card, and then he grazes on his food. So by having this at his food station, this is helping to energize his water and keep his food fresh and protect it from the fungi, the bacteria, and the decay. And if you don't have a station like this, you could simply just, place the card anywhere near the food. So that's why this is a good also combination of the special where we have the pet tag and we have the freshness card. That's kind of a great deal for our pet lovers. So let's talk about some action steps. We're just about at the end of our time here. If you have any specific questions, if you want to plug them in, you can do that. But here's what I recommend that you do. These specials are amazing. As I said, so let's make sure that you have what you need. I just reordered some because I bought my last freshness cards in July, and so they have an expiration of 6 months. And after I've learned everything I have learned, I've got to have the best on my food and for my pet. So anyway, buy one, get one free is going to save you $60, and they're going to make a great gift. But also you can share these specials with your team. Make sure that everybody on your team knows about this, because if they don't have these products, now is the best time to get it. It's also a good idea to share it with the people that you are currently talking to about joining AEGEA. I would share this with all your customers, make sure they're aware of it, animal lovers, pet groups, anybody you know who's connected to a floral shop, your favorite restaurant. You probably have a relationship with somebody there. Take that freshness card study with you. Health enthusiasts, people are so concerned about pesticides and herbicides and radiation, and they probably don't know that there is something that they can do about that. So think about different restaurant owners, vets, grocers. I would go back to all your past prospects, okay, because this is something new that you can take to them. And then I would share information on Facebook. We're going to take these pictures and we're going to put all of them in the AEGEA corporate Facebook page. And I would recommend you don't advertise AEGEA, advertise yourself and use these pictures to create curiosity. So that would be my recommendation to you. So if you have any questions, you can put them in the chat. And then the other thing that we'd like to ask you to do is if you have some specific requests that you would like to see in some of our Saturday trainings, we would love to hear from you. So this has been our Saturday product training. And does anybody have any questions that they would like to ask Dr. Pat? If not, I have a question that maybe you all have. And since nobody's putting anything in the chat yet, I'll go ahead and ask it. Dr. Pat, what is the difference between the freshness card and the quantum card? Because I'm hearing from you that we can place, our food, our produce, our water, our coffee on the freshness card, but we can also use the quantum card. So do we use them interchangeably? Is one more powerful than the other? What are your thoughts about that? Oh, I have to unmute you. Unmute yourself.
Okay. Well, there is a difference. I'm not sure that I can completely explain the difference, but I will say that our quantum cards are made of carbon. And carbon, and I am not a chemist, but as I understand it, the carbon that's in the quantum card, along with the full spectrum of frequencies that's embedded in it, gives it a lot more strength and a lot more versatility than the food card. And of course, the quantum card lasts much longer. The food card, as as you've indicated, is 6 months. I had read somewhere up to a year. I guess it depends. I don't know. So we'll need to maybe investigate that a little more to see what the difference is. But the food card is designed, it contains the full spectrum of frequencies to help with food, predominantly with a short distance within the area. I'm not sure about I think it does the restructuring, but it does not necessarily protect you from the EMFs and electromagnetic radiation that the quantum card does.
Okay. And Dr. Pat, do you have any closing thoughts? Was there anything that you particularly wanted to share that you feel like would be helpful to add to our conversation here today?
Well, I think given the fact that, we are living in a world that, there's more concern about energy, I think for us to look at how we can implement and use these this stuff for ourselves, most particularly the food cards, the quantum cards, all of these products are so very practical, so very affordable, and so easy to use. And I just want people to realize that, we're not only helping ourselves, but we're really helping the planet. And I think that for those of you who are business builders and are working out there, I want you to think in terms of what you're doing to help save our planet, because this is really important. We can really make a difference. We can make a difference in food and energy waste. We can make a difference in terms of people's health and turning people's lives around in so many different ways, not being dependent on some of the pharmaceuticals and some of the other things by virtue of using the energy. And after all of this came from our creation, our creator. We put everything on this earth for us before he created man. And so I think it's really important that we recognize the impact that we can have on people's lives and really on our country and our world by working with this product.
Yes, and as you're talking, I'm also thinking about our bodies, Dr. Pat. We are toxic, because we're getting toxins from the air and the environment and water and so forth. And I mean, this really should empower people. I mean, just thinking about putting your produce and your food on this energy card and, having all those herbicides, pesticides, and radiation, turned into a non-harmful state. I mean, that's going to minimize the toxicity load on our bodies, right?
Correct. Absolutely. And, I wear a quantum card on me usually all the time. I have it stuck inside of my bra. I carry one in my purse so I can use it with my food when I'm at a restaurant or out traveling or wanting to help show someone or giving someone some quantum water to use. And I also keep one in my kitchen along with my food freshness card. So I think that, that's probably the most versatile way of protecting yourself from all from all the different environmental toxins and things that we come in contact with and have no choice about. Right.
Well, I think it's exciting that this technology is the future, and it really is empowering everybody. So, Dr. Pat, I want to thank you for your time today. I want to thank Kara for putting this together, and I want to thank everybody for being on this call. This has been recorded, and I recommend that you share this with your team and any prospects that you might care to. And some of these recordings can be found in your back office, or you can go to YouTube and subscribe to the AEGEA YouTube channel. And every time a video is uploaded, you will get an email and you'll have access on this to build your business and to better mankind, as Dr. Pat says. So with that, we will say have a great day and energize your life. And thank you for being a part of AEGEA.
Thank you. Enjoyed it.
Thank you so much. Fantastic.